What's up, everybody? Welcome to the My RC Life YouTube channel, where we do all things RC and a little bit of everything in between. Let's go!
What's going on, everybody? Traxxas Mike from My RC Life, coming at you today from the shop. It's Tekno time. This girl needs some upgrades. I just built it. You're thinking it needs upgrades already? Well, I kind of had some parts that I was going to put on it from the beginning, and I never did. I've been having issues with the steering. This Tekno MT410 servo, I would not recommend it for anything you're going to do hard bashing with, or anything with any tires bigger than, you know, something like this. Like, it'd probably be fine for like a Rustler or something, or a rally car maybe, but not for something like this. I actually even found a different main gear for it, and I put that in there, so it brought this one back to life, because I had two of these that I stripped out, and the gear held up as far as stripping, but then I broke the head right off in it. So anyways, we're gonna start with our brand new 444 servo from Reefs RC. This is supposed to be a really good servo. It's got some really good stats. Internal steel gears, all metal casing. Torque is 422 ounces at 6 volt, 444 at 7.4 volts. It's got 0.11 seconds on 6 volts and 0.10 seconds on 7.4. It's a 25 spline. Looks like a really good servo. And then we got this broken front bumper. We're going to remedy that with a new T-bone front bumper. And while we're doing the front, we might as well do the T-bone rear. M2C finally came through with the rear horizontal brace. So that means I can go ahead and install the rear shock tower brace. And then I got the Go Big or Go Home kit. Now, I can only find one of these. I'm sure when you order the kit, it comes with two, or if it don't, I'm sure I ordered two, but I can only find the one. So I'm kind of stumped on that. It's either laying around here somewhere, or maybe I didn't order. I don't know. I got to figure that out. Maybe I'll call M2C and see if they can keep a running tab on what I've ordered, because I don't remember what I've ordered exactly for this. Let's go ahead and get started on this. First thing I'm going to do is take the old piece of broken spline out of my servo horn here. It looks like that's going to come out easily. There you go. Next, we got to get this servo out. Then there's one little screw back there. Couple on the receiver box. Two more right here. All right, we got the servo out. We also got to take two more bolts out there to remove the servo from the special M2C steering bracket. Now, what's different about the M2C steering bracket is it's basically got that little chunk right there removed out of it, because with the wide body kit, it spins the servo around the other way. It basically remounts your steering. There we go. Now, next thing I want to do, I want to loosen up my servo saver a little bit. I tried to do it a little bit, having the truck together the way it is, but I just couldn't quite get down there very much. I loosened it up a little bit by putting a flathead screwdriver in there and prying on it, and did it like, you know, a turn or two. But yeah, I'm going to get in there a little bit more and see if I can really loosen it up. And to get that done, I think I need to go ahead and unbolt this whole side bracket piece here. All right, and as you can see, that piece has already fell off. And that lets me get right in there to that servo saver with a pair of pliers. Yeah, I think that's still set too tight. I had it set to factory specifications, what it said to in the owner's manual. But yeah, that seems even still too tight. So that was going to be tightened. I need to crank back this way to loosen. So I'm just going to see if I can't get the old vices on here. There, that's better. Let's go ahead and get this thing back together now. Alright, get open our new Reefs RC servo here. Okay, you take that little deal there, get it started on the bottom here. Now I like to route my servo wire right up through here, right up to the side, just like that. Right next to that bolt, where that bolt goes in there. I'm going to put these two in here. Okay, servo's in. And I want to straighten this cord out for one. Layer down inner spot. Put this little doodad in there. Plug the servo in. Go ahead, plug the battery in, turn the controller on, and we're going to set the center. Turn on the ESC. So unplug those fans. There. There, now that's not so loud. Now you want to go ahead and center out your steering trim.
Center point.
Center point, there we go. Then you want to get your tires to as straight as they can be by eye. Get your horn on there, and then that's centered. Alright, put that bad boy down on there, make sure she's nice and tight. Make sure we plug our fans back in. We don't want to forget to do that. Got to put this little doodadder back down in there. Okay, then I think we can go ahead and put our cover back on to our receiver box. Okay, so we got the go big or go home shock towers in the standoffs. So we're going to go ahead and start with those. Since that shock tower locks into this M2C Racing shock tower brace, we're going to go ahead and start with the shock tower brace. That's what the brace looks like. It's going to go in right down here. Alright guys, I'm not too very happy with M2C. Not only did they take about 6 times as long on their products. They have great products, don't get me wrong. But they told me it was going to be like 2 weeks for this rear horizontal brace, and it was 2 months, if not longer. Then, just now, I open up this rear shock tower brace kit. I open it up, and I'm thinking, this is missing something. If you notice, on this Tekno that I already have together, it's got this little spacer right here, because when you mount this horizontal brace on top of your rear brace here, it sets up a little higher, and you gotta fill the void on just this one side. On this side, the brace fills the void, but on this side, it's gotta have a spacer. No spacer included in the hardware. And you've seen I just had this completely sealed. I had it sealed at the end, at the beginning of the video. I showed it to you. Okay, and another thing. Okay, here's my wide body chassis. All right, you see this hole here? You can get right to that motor mount, no problem, and the bolt can come right up, right out of this hole. That is not so with this one. They changed the size of the opening, so you can't even get your bolt in through here. And it wouldn't be such a bad deal if you could get it down in here. Well, the bolt's like this long, so you can't just get it down in there very well. You have to get a pair of needle nose, crank it sideways. Like, it's a pain in the butt to get your bottom motor screw in. Like, what is going on, M2C? What is up with the variances on your chassis? What is up with the inconsistency of the hardware included with your products? I hope I'm the only one that's gotten this. I'm going to go ahead and make do. But some people might not have the ability to do that. So I'm going to call them later on today. Okay, what I'm going to do is I measured this out. It's almost the exact height of that spacer, and it fits in here just perfectly, so I can get this shock tower brace on there. Alright, gotta take the bolt out of this rear brace there. Put my improvised spacer on there. They give you bolts if you're just going to be using this, but since I'm going to tie it in with this as well, they give me even longer bolts. What I'm also going to have to do, I'm going to have to unglue my on and off switch here. All right. All right, pulls the cover off from your center diff. I'm going to go ahead and snip this guy off of here. Actually, this is going to go on just like that. Don't forget our spacer. Sit that bad boy on there, and it sits almost perfectly level, just like it would with that spacer if they would have included it. And that goes right on the top of there. Perfect. 4 flat heads go right here. They used to be socket head cap screws. Not going to tighten these all down yet. Because you want to make sure it's going to be able to move a little bit, possibly, for when you're tightening everything down. We're going to want to use these 2 longer bolts included with the rear horizontal brace. We're going to go ahead and open up our Go Big or Go Home shock tower kit here. Now, we also got bolts that go through this little triangle guy and out the back. Then I can go ahead and put these little nuts on the back side. Alright, we got those on. Now this is going to go on something like that, but we got to take our shocks apart. We got a nut that comes off the back side that allows the shocks to come off. There we go, get the shocks right off in there. Then the standoffs come right off as well with this bigger nut. You can see the difference in standoffs. M2C one's a lot thicker. Now this, that's just a pilot hole. That's like a bushing type of deal that'll just slide right through that. And it lines up everything perfect. And that notch will line right up in that notch there. All right, now that that's in there, you hold the drill. And we got one bolt that goes through this way, two that go through there, one little guy. Okay, and then there's a socket head cap screw, the old one that went through the back. I'm going to take a note. Now I don't say to do this in the on the M2C stuff, but I got my own, one of my unused socket head cap screws, put it through, and I used an old shock tower standoff nut and tighten it down here. Bam. All right, video quality is going to be a little different because my GoPro went dead. Okay, so on your standoffs, you got these pieces of threaded rod, I guess you could call them. Going to want to go ahead, put a little bit of Loctite on these. Get them screwed up in there. Now you want to put these back in the position that you had them in the first place. Okay, so get them on there. Then they got these lock nuts on the other side. Get them started. There we go. Number 2. And we're going to go ahead and get our shocks put on the fancy dancy standoffs here. And they come with new nylock nuts on the back. You don't got to use the old ones. Now it's time to get that T-bone rear bumper installed. Oh, and the servo. Got that installed too. Let's go ahead and get the T-bone bumper. Now it also includes hardware kit. Go ahead and open these up and dump them in our magnetic goodie pan. Actually, we're going to start on the front one. Alright, so we're going to want to take out these 4 bolts here. One right here. Flip around over. 2 right here. That whole thing comes out. Now we're also going to want to take out these 2 right here. Okay, so you want the countersinks to be facing out, not in. And then you see how the holes are closer to the bottom on one side. There's less space than more space. You want the lesser space facing down. I want to go ahead and put 2 flatheads in for this guy. Flip this over. 2 more of these smaller flatheads. And you got bigger flatheads. You're going to want to get your flatheads in there. And 2 nylock nuts on the back. T-bone bumper installed. Not too bad, people, not too bad. Alright, now time for the rear. Since it's all heated up, we're going to go ahead and put our on and off switch on here right now. Okay, that is on there. Get these 2 bolts out of here. Okay, so I took these 2 screws out here, but you don't need to take those out. Alright, you take these 2 shortest stock head cap screws, you replace these right back in here. Then, we're going to come and loosen these 2 right here back up. Alright, then the bumper is going to go right like that. You're just going to put these nylock nuts back on. Okay. Gonna flip this bad boy over. Take out these 4 screws. Okay. Flip this bad boy back over. And you'll kind of see these aren't lined up. You're just going to want to push up on that bad boy, line it up. You'll also see that there's countersunk holes right there. That's where you want to put your flatheads in. You want to put them in right through there. It'll look something like that. 2 more nylock nuts. Okay, then the last deal is this guy here. It's just gonna mount on like this. Now there's numbers on here. I don't want my numbers to show, so I'm gonna put those to the inside. Go like this, and then you're gonna have your bigger flathead screws that go through the back side of your bumper here. Just like so. Might even been wise to put these on before you put that bumper on the bottom of the chassis, because it's going to be kind of hard to get like my tool in there. So now I'm going to have to use something like this. All right, we got that on there. All right, everybody. We got the T-bone rear stump bumper installed. The T-bone front basher bumper installed. We got that Reefs RC, I think it's a 444 steering servo installed. The Go Big or Go Home shock tower kit, the shock tower brace, and the rear center brace from M2C, and our M2C standoffs. Got them all installed. Got the game changer fan on there. I think she's all ready to go. Let's test out that new servo and see how it's like in life. Because that other servo I had on here would barely even steer when it was sitting on this surface. Much better. I like it. That game changer fan's just a humping along there. The Hobbywing Max 6 fan's working good as well. Alright, now I just got to go out and give it a test run and see if there's anything else I need to dial in. How does it look with the body on? How do the bumpers look with the body on? I think that looks pretty good. Let's see what the rear one looks like. Yeah, I think that looks alright. And they both take a heck of a flexing, you know. Really good. Alright guys, well that's going to be it for today. The only thing left to do is just to test her out and give her a bash. I can't wait to go out and give her hell and see if she's all set or she needs dialed in some more. I'm Traxxas Mike for My RC Life, and I'll see you later. Bye guys.
Thanks for watching another episode of My RC Life. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.